Hello to my American Horror Story historians, my lowest loyalist, and all those scream queens out there. We are talking about Ryan Murphy. Let's take a moment, let's all gather together and kind of figure out what the hell we are doing. As a longtime Ryan Murphy fan, I've been here since Nip Tuck. What's going on? What's going on? This year has been strange. 2024 has given us some highs with okay, I'm trying to think of the highs. Dr. Odyssey, 911, people seem to like those. And then we've had some weird lows for other people, like American Horror Story Delicate and Grotesquerie, things that I thought were okay. But what is going on with Ryan Murphy Productions? There's so many people who are not checking in, or who are done with American Horror Story, who thought Grotesquerie was horrible, but then there's other people who are enjoying some of the other efforts he has, like Monsters and the Aaron Hernandez show, and like I said, Dr. Odyssey, these fun, weird network shows. What is going on with him? What is the state of Ryan Murphy Productions? We're going to figure that out in this video. This video started brewing in my head, one, because I was going to do a Grotesquerie video, but I thought you guys were done with it. It seems like that reaction was so negative to that show that I don't even want to dip back into it, even though I have theories. My theory that Lois is stuck in a time loop, maybe I'll just get that out of the way now. Time loop. She's going to keep repeating this whole cases forever, for all the time. That is basically my thoughts on that. I don't know if people wanted to see a whole theory video, because again, the reaction to Grotesquerie was strange. Then I'm looking back to American Horror Story Delicate this year. The reaction to that was polarizing. Monsters, the Erik and Lyle Menendez story. I hated that. People loved it. What's going on there?
You're very blessed, aren't you?
Well hung.
And then on the opposite end, we have these productions like 911 and Dr. Odyssey, these things on almost basic cable that people are eating up. Dr. Odyssey had a very scandalous three-way scene this year on just TV. People can watch that. Delicate didn't even give me that. Grotesquerie didn't even give me that. So I'm truly like, what is going on? So throughout this video, I kind of want to pinpoint some of the highlights. Things like American Horror Story, that's going to be a big focus here because we're leading into season 13, which is supposed to be the big final season. What is going on? Are people even going to want to come back? Is it literally just going to take Sarah Paulson and Evan Peters to get people back in? I have a lot to talk about, and then we'll figure out if he's stretching himself a little too thin. Maybe that Ryan Murphy name is it's all over the place. It's a little too spread out for me this year. We'll talk about all of that as we get into this video more and more. But for my American Horror Story historians, let's prepare for the worst or possibly the best. American Horror Story. That is basically what started this YouTube channel for me. I've been reviewing weekly American Horror Story episodes all the way since Apocalypse. I wish I would have done that sooner, but me and YouTube had beef for a long time. So I love American Horror Story. I love talking about this. And from there, I've opened up to all Ryan Murphy productions. I've watched Hollywood with you all. I did the Dahmer show. We've done these fun kind of offshoot stuff that I like, that I enjoy. I think Ryan Murphy has a great mind, but American Horror Story is our baby. That is the one that so many of us kind of go back to year after year, but going back to it has been a bit stranger these last couple ones. Like Cult, I was already starting to want to dip out, and then I was like, okay, let's get back into it. I liked, 84, I love Apocalypse. Okay, cool. And then we get NYC, then we get Double Feature, and then we get Delicate this year, and it's just like, oh, okay, this isn't the quality I once knew. And I don't know, because Ryan Murphy is such a prolific name, but he isn't grinding that American Horror Story grind as he used to. I mean, with Delicate, that was the first time he wasn't a showrunner for that thing. It's a Ryan Murphy production. It's always going to be with American Horror Story, but he wasn't the man in charge. And I thought Delicate was fine for the most part. I don't know. I had more fun with Kim Kardashian than I thought I would, so maybe that is my asterisk there.
How many were collectively given for you to even be considered? I mean, Derek's jaw may never recover.
But yeah, American Horror Story, we're in a weird flux of not great seasons, one after another, but we have season 13. If you know anything about American Horror Story, this has been long rumored to be the final season. Ryan Murphy probably ain't going to want to check out that fast. What's the expression? If the checks are still being cashed, he's going to cash them. He will. He will continue to put his name onto American Horror Story. but is it going to be the same? We have this upcoming 13th season that I'm very hyped for, and he's starting to try to get the fan base hyped as well with Sarah Paulson announcements, Evan Peter announcements, very loose announcements. Give me a trailer. Give me a trailer with their names on it, and then I'll believe you. Give me a trailer that they're actually in a lot of, then I'll believe you. Because what American Horror Story double feature had minimal efforts of both of the, Evan Peters and Sarah Paulson in it. And, they were all over the marketing, so I would love to see them back forefront characters, giving them a good story. But 2 actors shouldn't be the only reason we're excited. It should be the American Horror Story hype. It should be, what are we going to do with our next spooky season? And I just feel like that luster is gone. I'm still always going to review it because, one, you guys are always here, and I love talking about it. Remember the checks being cashed? You guys are still coming in and providing amazing feedback and commentary and stuff, and really building this American Horror Story fan base here. But are we just going to be here to sassafras it? Are we just going to be here to talk trash about American Horror Story each week? I don't want it to be like that. I want to see the quality up. I want to see things that we haven't seen before. I want to see stories that challenge us. I want to have fun again with American Horror Story. That's my simplest request. We've had some pretty serious seasons, like, NYC, such a hard-hitting season. Delicate missed a bit of that camp edge that it needed. I want to have fun with American Horror Story again. Does it need to be pure, kind of glitzy slasher vibes of 1984? No, but it needs to be something that keeps us engaged, something that makes us want to sit down each week and watch it. I think we struggle with that with Grotesquerie a bit. I think we really saw that the show had potential. It had all the elements, but then the story was just wackadoo crazy, which I thought would be better because Ryan Murphy was writing every episode. What is going on? Is Ryan Murphy losing his power, or is he putting himself all over the place to minimal, success rates? Stretching himself too thin. That is something I've seen in my comments quite a bit about Ryan Murphy Productions. He is everywhere. I mean, look, Netflix shows, Fox cable shows, FX shows, all of these places are putting Ryan Murphy, Hulu, the Huluween stuff for American Horror Stories. He is putting his brand everywhere he can. As a gay man, I'm like, yes, Ryan Murphy, you do that. You, put your name in this industry as one of the biggest talents for queer men. That's awesome. But the quality needs to be there, not just the quantity. He's everywhere, but I need that quality to up. And again, I'm not watching all of it. I can't watch 911. I don't know. Procedural shows, even as weird as 911 can get, not my thing. Dr. Odyssey, I've seen clips online. I like Joshua Jackson, points for that. But you're like, okay, that's very not what the American Horror Story brand is, that Ryan Murphy brand that we know. So can we go different places? It's not like when he busted out with Glee and it was just the only thing he was working on and it was such a big moment and you're like, wow, Glee, this different than Ryan Murphy, but it's Glee. It's going to be in our head. Yeah, none of this is really hitting that kind of level. So it all just feels like little side quests. Like you're playing a video game and you kind of go do a little side quest that looks like what Ryan Murphy is doing with all of these shows. I want to feel a Ryan Murphy production that feels like he put his whole soul, his essence into it. I thought, Grotesquerie was going to be that, and I did like it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I didn't give Grotesquerie good reviews that entire time. I mostly liked it, minus that final episode. So I don't think it's completely wasted. I don't think he's gone, but I just think we need a Ryan Murphy more focused, more zoned in. Can we get that with Monster, the Ed Gein story? Who knows? Can we get it with American Horror Story Season 13? I am fingers crossed because that's my baby. American Horror Story is my thing. So I would like that to be great. But I just think Ryan Murphy has done a lot. And I credit to you for being everywhere. But at the same time, you're everywhere. And when we're doing that, we can't focus on one thing and give it all of ourselves. So I really want Ryan Murphy to keep putting his name out there, but really find the baby that he wants and give us that. Give us a project that we can all be like, this is why we like Ryan Murphy. This is why we've come back year after year to all your weird shows. And I haven't felt that in a while, but I'm thinking American Horror Story and maybe 2025 can send us in a different path. All right, my American Horror Story historians and all my little fun Ryan Murphy lovers, what are we going to do? I don't know. I'm ready to have an open mind, and I'm ready for 2025 to be a much better year for Ryan Murphy Productions. What did you all think? What did you think of 2025? Did you like Monster? Did you see the Aaron Hernandez show? What did you think of Delicate? I don't know. I want your feelings, so share them down in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel if you did like this, because again, I do a lot of Ryan Murphy stuff, so I'm always here chit-chatting away. Thank you guys for joining me. It's always amazing. I have Dexter coming up in December. Yellow Jackets comes back early next year. We have a lot to get into, so make sure you guys are subscribed, tuning in, commenting, all that jazz, and let's talk about Ryan Murphy Productions right down below.